Okay, so we're going to be repainting the Doctor Who figure, and this time we're going to do Sergeant Benton from the B&M Character Options unit set. So it's a really lovely figure, great likeness. And we can just bring it out. I mean, it's not a bad one anyway. I've got a few of these figures, so I'm just going to paint one up. And we'll see how it goes. So the first job is going to be taking the head off. I think this is just a pop off one, so pretty easy to do. The jacket is a soft rubber. I wonder what's under there. There's a seam on one side just there. I wonder what it's like underneath. Can't really see. Could be a good base for customizing. But anyway, we'll put the body to one side. So the first job is going to be to flesh coat the head, and for that I'm just going to use my normal Acadian flesh tone, and that's lightened with some Vallejo light flesh, which just thins it down a bit. So first job is to paint that all over the figure. So that's just what we're going to do. So I'm just going to do that, and it will need a couple of coats, and we can come back. Well, the rifle they give you with Sergeant Benton is not very accurate. It should be an SLR 1970s. So what I'm going to do is try and, won't be able to make one perfectly out of this, but I might be able to do something with it. So we're just going to cut it up a bit. First job, cut off this stock. That's the tough stuff. I use my side trimmers. And then this needs to be more that sort of shape. The entire top of the scope needs to go. Like that. That sort of needs to go. That's a bit better. So what I'm going to do is build up a new stock, possibly in Milliput. I might just use black plastic and make a new stock. I'll have a go and see what we can do. Hopefully it will look a bit better. So the head is undercoated, so what we're going to do now is use white on flesh shade, just run that into the face crevices and creases. There we go, let that dry. Okay, so the shading is dry, so all we're going to do now is use the flesh tone, lightened even a little bit more with the Vallejo light flesh, and then pretty much dry brushed, and all we're doing is blending out, blending out the shade in a bit. And all we're doing is dry brushing on. You can see it starts to disappear, so I'm going to do all that over, and then we can come back. Okay, so as you can see, I've blended the flesh shade in, so what I'm going to do now is dry brush, very dry brush some red. Doesn't need much at all, just to put a bit of warmth into cheeks. It needs to be incredibly dry. It just puts a bit of warmth into the face. And then also I'm going to mix some flesh tone with the red just to create a lip colour. Find my nice fine brush. There we go, so I'm going to let that dry. Okay, so we're now going to paint the eyeballs. Now I need my super thin brush and white. Oops, that's gone a bit wrong. I'll have to tidy that one up. My brush jumped. Okay, let them dry, tidy them up. Okay, so we're going to give him some blue pupils. I'm going to use Alatok. I don't know how you pronounce these things. Blue paint. Let's give it a stir. I hate painting pupils. Let that dry. Okay, for his hair we're just going to use U.N.I.T, which is a nice darkish brown. It's a bit darker than this, but I'm going to lighten it up with a bit of dry brushing to give it some texture. So okay, so I'm going to finish that. Okay, so we're now going to do the pupil, which is always an interesting part to do. There we go. So I'll do the other side as well. And I'm going to highlight their hair, probably repaint the beret now that it's got paint on it, and we'll come back and see what it's like. Okay, so I finished painting the figure. So I've given him made a new stock for the gun, turned it into more like a SLR. It's not perfect, but it does look better than the modern MP5 thing they gave him. And then, see if I can get it to focus. So I think the face came out really well. I mean, it was a good paint job to start with, but I think it just brings out a bit of the... Let's see if I can get him right up close. There we go. So I think it's come out quite well. So all in all, I'm quite happy with that figure. Going to focus. Going to focus. There we go. So yeah, I'm happy with that one. If you want to see any more of these, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if there's any figures you want me to repaint. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks then. Bye.